Hey, I want to welcome y'all to the show. This is a brand new year. I want to welcome y'all. Come on in here. I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all might be still on vacation, but I want to welcome y'all back here. I'm JC, the host of Be With Television, where we talk about all things technical. We like open source stuff. We like to keep things in that nature. So, as you can see on the screen here, since this is a new year, this kind of segues in to what I wanted to talk about today in kind of this quick tutorial I want to go over. And I don't know if I want to keep calling them tutorials. These are more like self-help. I do like self-help guides. You know, everybody has the ability to get out there on YouTube and look up some type of video or somebody showing them how to do something or how they did some type of maneuver or whatever the case may be. So yeah, we'll call this a self-help video here. So today I'm gonna show you all how to do a container migration. Now, if you don't know, so a container is essentially like a kind of an isolated, rooted file system that you can run a application or a specific type of server to perform a specific service. So, and one of the, I guess you can say appliances. Yeah, we can say appliances that I've kind of gotten familiar with, and I like in particular is Turnkey. Let me go here and show it to you here. Turnkey is the operating system. Is based off Debian, and it allows you to run various appliances in a virtual environment. So, and Linux containers have been around for a while. This is just what we're running here. Let me go back to my lab here. What we're running here is an old version of a Linux container and our new Linux container server. And so the goal here, I wanted to show you all. You look around, you kind of have to do some Googling and stuff like that, but internet searching. But I wanted to show you all the way, or a way, that you can migrate, backup, and restore your container onto a new server. Let's say, so basically, if you've upgraded your server, and this is really particular, in particular to Turnkey, because in all my research and looking up, you don't have a way to actually, you can't upgrade from. They have Turnkey, Turnkey Linux is version 14, which is based on Debian 8. And what is that? Stretch? Yeah, I think the code name is Stretch. So, but it's based on Debian 8. And unfortunately, you don't have a way. You can't upgrade from one version to the next, not via Turnkey. So the best way, and the only way I found, was really just to not necessarily rebuilding everything from scratch, but what you want to do is you want to download the current ISO here. Go here, download the most recent version, install it into your new virtual environment. So and we're talking about the Turnkey. Let's go down here. We're actually talking about this one here. So Turnkey LXC Linux containers. This is the one that actually you can run and then deploy multiple apps side by side within this virtual container. Which this actually helps. I mean, when it comes to backing up and mobility, portability, and managing your system and your servers. I found that this has been a very, at least successful for me, but a good way to go. You know, especially if you're trying to move away from a lot of hardware-based equipment, you can migrate and consolidate these into some containers. So right here, this is actually basically what we're talking about this. As you can see here, they've actually upped the latest version is version 15.1. And let's go. Yeah, so as you can see here, the version 14, like I said, is based on Debian 8. So this is version 14 here. Let's go back to our lab. So in this lab scenario, we got called container migration. So our internet, we've got our router firewall here. This is just kind of, I'm just going through our overview of our infrastructure here, what we've got set up in our lab situation. So you got your internet, you got your router firewall, we got a switch, then we got our old server, got a new server, and we got a client machine here we're going to use to connect to the interface and take a look at all the new stuff or whatnot. So I got this, everything should be loaded up. If you want to, you can check out some of my old videos if you want to see how to go through and maybe set some of these environments up, or set some of these virtual machines up. After we do this, I'm going to actually go through maybe the next video on our Linux containers. I want to go through and maybe show you how to, you know, we'll load one up from scratch and then show you how to maybe build out a small network infrastructure for yourself. And this is essentially like your own private cloud. We'll go through and we'll build something out real quick and then show you kind of how that works. So in this scenario, like I said, we've got our old server which is running Linux. It's running Turnkey LXC version 14, which is based on Debian 8. Debian 8, that's Stretch, right? Yeah, Stretch. Then we got our new server, which is based on Turnkey Linux, LXC Turnkey Linux 15, which is based on Debian 9. So I've got those up and running. Alright, so I loaded both of them up. They're both on the same, coming off on the same subnet. So as you can see, our old servers is 192.168.17.42, and let me move my picture out the way. Our new server is 43. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's make sure our web deal here comes up. So what we want to do is, oh, I didn't want to start you again, I'm sorry. I wanted to go here with you. Okay, there we go. Alright, so old to the new. First of all, we're gonna get to both of them, which this is we're gonna do all of this via the command line here, the CLI interface. If I can move my mouse right and click on it here. Okay, here we go. So let's go into the old one first. And what was the old? Let's go back here and take a peek again, because for 17.42. Oh, I guess it helps if I put SSH, right? There we go. We want to yes that, and okay. So this is our old server right here. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's do that, and then we will hit that up. Let's go there. We're going to log into our new server. Okay. So I guess that's step one. We'll log into both servers. Step one. Okay. Alright, so we are in both servers. Left tab is the old, right tab is our new. Okay, let's take a look. Now I've kind of been messing with these before, so you might see some old. I may delete and remove because okay. Okay, 15 stretch. What was you? 9 stretch. Okay. 9 stretch. This is 9-11 stretch. Okay, so I think I got the wrong servers loaded up, but for what we're doing, I'm basically showing you how to move a container from one server to the other server. Okay, so let's take a look. Which one did I see? This is the old one, as you can see here. Apparently these are both version 15 on LXC, but the version of Stretch, one is older, a little bit older, I mean as far as the kernel release. So we're gonna go from here, the old one, and CLS fancy. I like using that because I like the way it prints out what I'm looking for. So I moved that the wrong way. Get my camera right here. So these are the containers that we have on the old server. So you can see here. So what I want to do, I'm gonna move Observium. Observium is probably on this new one too. So I think I'll destroy some containers here. So let's do this. Let's go. Let's LXE dash LS space dash dash fancy. Okay, we're gonna get rid of actually my end tops is on my new one and it's not on this one. So like I said, it kind of doesn't matter old to new. It's, you know, new to old. This is essentially we're migrating, we're moving a container from one to the other. So step one, like I said, we got the servers up, both of them. We took a look at what containers we have going. So in this case, we're going to do this in the opposite direction. So I'm going to move this NTOP and the Pi DNS. This is basically my one of my network monitoring, and this is our DNS server here. So let's move our DNS server. So what you want to do, the servers are stopped. Typically, if you have the server running, you want to stop it first. So you would type in LXC dash stop space dash N for the name, and you'd say Pi DNS. Obviously, it says Pi D is not running because we don't have it running. So let me pull that thing up here. So what you want to do, you want to go to the. You can either navigate if you want. I can't hardly see that window too well, so we're gonna do it. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, I hate when that does that. Slight interruption in my. They be killing me when they do that. So, I might not need that client host. So let's just. I could essentially copy this server to server. So what I'm gonna do is, since we're having a problem with you, give me a second, folks. Slight interruption. You know that happens. So you know, this is what happens when you do a real self-help video. You run into problems, and then you got to figure them out. These folks that make these videos and everything looks like clean and pristine, you know, I don't have a budget. I don't have time to do these take 1, take 2, take 3, take 4, and we on take 59, and you know, it's taking you about 30 hours. I ain't got time like that, Playboy. So with that being said, let's we're gonna pull in a little bit where IP term will work. IP term is simple. He's got SSH, and we shouldn't have the drop off. So let's go here and tweak this. We gotta let this pull up on DHCP. Right, say bam, scooter bop, bam, 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 poop, pop, pow. Alright, so we should be back up and popping. Where's my console at? Okay, there we are. Says we got an IP. All I want to do is use SSH anyway. So let's get back in our servers. Let me do this real quick. Like, oh, you know what? I don't think it's gonna let me do it like that. So, oh, let's just do this. I'll make 2, so I can. Do I really need? Because I'm just going one to the other, right? Yeah. Let's do the do. So, because I'm gonna copy. You can either do a push pull. I'm gonna do a push. So I'm gonna boom push from here over to there. Sometimes you can do a pull. You can reach out if you're. I'm copying from here to here. Sometimes you can reach out and pull the information. Here I'm pushing it. So that's just a little bit, you know, I know a little off task there. So, but let's get back here. So let me SSH into the yes, right. Alright, blah blah. We're back in. Okay, so I think I am gonna have to get on the the one I'm copying to, right? I do. So for the sake of not having well, yeah, let's do that real quick. That way I got 2. That ain't gonna hurt. IP term. Close that back. Go here. Go here. Go there. Alright, so now we're straight. So we'll drag this over here because this will be the server for there on that side. We'll just leave you over here for that server. I'm working in this IP term doesn't, I can't connect to I can't bring up two terminals in the same window because this is just like all the references is, or you know, it's just one terminal here. So let's go here. We'll console. Okay, now I got two terminals here. So now I can say SSH Alright, so bam, we in there like Flynn now. Alright, we're good to go. Let's free up a little window space here. I need the real estate. And let's get this back up. Trying to get this so you all can see everything without me having to move too much stuff around. There we go. And there we go. A little bit. Alright, there we go. So here, which one is which? Let's go ahead and fancy you up. And fancy you up. LXC ls space dash fancy. The word fancy. As you can see. Okay, so the left tab right here is what we want to copy from. Over here is what we copy to. Be contained is from, LXC is to. So first thing that you want to do on the new server, go ahead and navigate to the LXC, the host directory. So you want to change directory to var lib directory LXC. Okay, so here's the existing containers, which you see right here. I said I was going to move the PyDNS and this ntop over to here and get those up and running. So and what I'll do, I think I can hop on pfSense and pull up the web interfaces. Let me do that for you so you guys can see. I'm gonna pull up the or no, so we'll start up one of the, let's say Observium on the what is this? This is the old one, new one. Well, let's get back to what we're doing. I'm deviating, y'all. Y'all gotta keep me on point sometimes. Alright, so here we're on the one we want to migrate the server to. As you can see here, there's some existing ones. We wanted to migrate our ntop and PyDNS. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to create some directories for those. And Make sure those are right in top. Okay, so we got those. Now we want to back up these containers. Now, you know, I've never tried just to clone. I don't really know that it would work. I'm gonna show y'all what I did though. So you said tar. Let me go and look at so I got let me ls that. So there go our two directories. We got ntop right there, and we got our PyDNS right there. Okay, so let's go back to our old server. Keep in mind, this is an old server. Keep that screen up there. Okay, so we want to tar. Actually, let me look at that. Is that in here? Yes. I'll show you guys this once I get. Remember what I had to type in here. Okay, yeah. That's from a script that I wrote for, but we're going to go here and let's start doing. Okay, let's go back here. We're going to change directory. We got to go to where our we have to navigate to where the LXC directory is on both servers, so the old and the new. Navigate to those LXC directories. It's as you can see here, it's var lib LXC. That's where all of the container root file systems reside. So now we want to get the let's do ntop. So what you have to do, you're going to have to you can navigate in. That's what I would suggest. Just navigate into change directory to ntop, and we are going to gotta grab, and this is what I type. This is backup. Top ng. Okay, so what we're doing in here, we're gonna tar this directory. Basically, we're gonna archive and create a tar gz file off this archive here. This will slap the date on it. This I found digging around this numeric owner. I want to show you this because this actually, I believe what they said. Oh, darn it. I think I just, let me put that back in there real quick, y'all. Ntop ng. Okay, so that numeric owner, let's go back. I want to show y'all that. I think that was migrate LXC containers. I typed it in before. This might be it right here. Is that the one that I saw that? No, that's not it. Give me a second. I wanted to show y'all that because that was a pretty, is this it? Yeah, this is it. So this actually I found this on Stack Overflow, but in my kind of testing and trying to back things up. So you want to, see here that numeric owner flag is important. Without it, the container may not boot because the UID, GIDs get mangled in the extracted file system. So when you extracting the file system, it says that these UIDs and GIDs get mangled. So I put it in. It doesn't hurt. You know, better to have it not needed than need it not have it, you know, as the saying goes. So with that being said, we're gonna tar numeric owner, and what that does is, you can see here, it preserves the group ownership information of the file. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna hit that, and there it's off to the races. It's going to create a tar file of that container for the old server. So remember, we're actually moving that container from, let's move these around here, because we're actually moving it this way. This is the old, and we're moving it to the new. So how about that? So if you want to go grab your little drink, take a little quick bathroom break, it takes a couple of minutes depending on the size of your container. But you know, if y'all want to go grab you something to drink or something real quick, feel free to go do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit here and let this chum along here and do his thing, and then we'll show you what to do after that. So as this going, keep in mind what we did. Step one, we kind of loaded up both our servers. We SSH'd into both. We created directories on the new server, or the server we're migrating to. We created those we created those container directories. And then on the old server, the server that we are moving those containers from, we SSH'd into those, and as you can see right now, we are running a tar to back these up, the root file system and everything inside of that container. Now if you'd like, you know, just something to, I guess, to do some prep work, you know, you might want to, you could actually, before doing that way it's out of the way, is backup, or not backup, but update. Make sure all your container environments are completely updated. You know, just go in there and, you know, run that apt-get update and install all the updates that you need to make sure that your container is completely updated. And when I show you this, and it's pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. I was a little struggling at first. I wasn't sure if I wanted to bother trying to like migrate and do backups like that, but you know, a lot of what I do ends up being out of need and necessity, because I have to, you know, I need to keep things running. So, oh, bam, there we go. Hope you guys are back. I'll give you guys a minute if you ain't made it back yet, but our backup is done. Let me click back in here. All right, there it is. So it slapped on that date for us. Today's the month, the day, and the year. You see, it's a backup ntop ng tar gz, and it backed that up, and it's inside of that container itself. Now you can actually you can tar and put these wherever you want. In my case, typically for the purpose of this, I'm doing it in its location, so I don't have to move a lot of data around and prolong the video. So this is our backup. Now what we want to do is we want to move it. We want to move it here. As you can see, this is what we want to move it to. We're moving it from here to here. So let's go back here. You can do whatever transfer method that you're comfortable with. That's what you do. But I'm going to show you the rsync method here. And the way I like to use it, actually, I move it and get rid of it off of the server. This is actually how I actually run my backups to keep the system clean. I don't have a lot of backups that are residing on the server, but we're going to move this and migrate this. So what you want to do is you want to rsync and REHPH, I want to say progress, and the file, and then where we want it to go, and that's over to the new server, 68.17. Let's say new server, but let me get the address here. And you are 17.42. Okay, so that's what we're going to type in. Let's extend this. I want you to see everything here that I'm typing. Can I just so y'all, you all can see. Let's do this. Okay, that's better. I wanna increase the font so you all can have a good visual of what I'm typing in. Sometimes the video screens get a little small and it doesn't really show you everything. Alright, so we got rsync space dash rvh dash space dash dash progress. It's going to show us the progress of the copy over there. Then we're going to type in the location, the remote location of the server here, and this is 192.168.17.42, and we're going to pipe it to that location, or copy it, not pipe. I should watch what I say there, because pipe is an actual a Linux input command you can use in Linux, so I shouldn't say pipe. Let's just say copy. The copy location. And then right into that directory that we created in top ng. So that's our path. And it's going to ask us, now it's prompting us for our password to the remote server. And there she goes. So that's copying over to the new server, which is here. And once that is done, well, actually, let's do, while that's copying, I'm going to go and can I get on that thing, that thing. Okay. Oh. The net is struggling, man. Okay, I might have to wait because I get a lot of stuff going on here. Well, let's just wait. It shouldn't take long. So, oh, there you go. It's done. Done deezy. Done deezy. Alright, so we're going to move in to, I know my face is all blocked off. Things is just happening funny. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Okay, so let's quit that. And then let's close that. Then P sizzles. Okay. We need to. It was something I was gonna show y'all, but dang. Let's go back here. Let me see if I can. That was the deal. I didn't have. Is where are you at? Tiny core. I don't want tiny. I really wanted to use you. Web term. Web term is tripping though. I hope my computer don't bog down. I got a lot of stuff open. I'm okay on resources for the time, but sometimes I forget and I start clicking and open up a lot of windows, and you do that and memory gets used up. And okay, so let's see if we can do this now. I hope this is gonna work. Start. Okay. Now let's do something real quick here. 192.168.17.42. No, 3. Oh, 17. Oh, so, oh, that's what I was going to do. I am tripping. Okay. So, I'm going to start up. Let's go here. I'm going to start up the machines. This is Intop running on the original machine. Okay, there we go. So you can see it's running. Fancy. There we go. And it's got a 165.167 address. So 25.167. And I don't think I'm right now, but anyway, so that's up anyway. Oh. Problem loading. Let me go back here. Okay, so Intop's up and running on this is the original machine. Now let's go here. This is all right. There we go. And we want it to. We want to extract that. I have to remember what that. Let me make sure I'm typing it right. That's right here. Okay. Tar minus extract verbose C20. Oh, I always get that messed up. I think it's just that. There we go. So that's tar space minus extract space mind the dash button. X for extract, F for file, V for verbose, and hit enter, and it's extracting that container into that directory on the new server. Okay, so now that's up. And I might not be, because I'm freaking not. Oh, you finna time out. I already know you are. Yep. Let me just close you. Alright, so that's still copying. And that you all saw before, that server was not on here, so this is the new server running, and I'm going to show you here. Let's go LXC, attach to name, in top, boom, and this is in top. As you can see here, this is the originating server right here. And there we go. So it's communicating, it can get out, so it's up and running. There we go. So that new copy is done. Let's take a look. There's our root file system. There's the config file. So as long as everything's kind of named the same, you moved it into the same name directory, there's no changes to the name of your NAT bridge, anything like that, you shouldn't have to make any changes to the config file. Mainly see, like here, see, this is what you want to look for. This can be problematic if you change, you make a change to the name of the container name itself. So if you change it from something other than ntop and you try to boot, it won't boot up. So make sure if you do, you change the name right here where we got LXC, the name of the container itself. Make sure you change it here also to correspond to the name of the root file system, where the root file system is located, I should say. So that's done. Once that's done, you don't have to keep these here. You can go ahead and delete that. I'm pretty confident this is going to boot up. I've done this enough, so I'm going to remove it out of there. So now that's all we have there now. And so let's boot up our container on the new server, which has been copied over. LXC. I'm going to say start, name, and top ng. That a little time. Bam, there we go. LXC, LS, fancy, and there we go. There's running off our new container, getting a different IP. And let's show you that we are good to go. Let's pull up some information. Info, name, and top ng. So we're up and running. There's our link. Here's our IP, and this is on our new server, up and running, and we can attach to it now. Let's see. Attach, name, and top ng. If config IP, whichever your preference is. Let's say IP address, and here's our interface. And we'll do a test. And bam, we are getting out, folks. That looks good. That looks real good. I'd have to make sure you do make adjustment on your router So you want to add a static route from here to the interface on your new server, so your traffic knows how to get to your internal containers. And pretty simple, y'all. That's basically it. It's in a nutshell, it's maybe 5 steps. You know, step 1, you're gonna log into your servers. You're gonna log into your servers, run all your updates, anything like that. Step 2, you're gonna create a tar backup of the old server that you want to migrate. Step 3 is you're gonna sync the backup over, or copy it to the new server in a newly created directory in that var location, in that location where the LXC containers reside. And then after that, you basically go in there. You can check, make sure it's there, and as long as your platform or your appliance is set up the same way, like I said, I just showed you, it booted right up. Booted right up, didn't have any issues. LXC info in top. Oh, I'm in top. That's why I'm tripping. All right, so but that's you guys get what I'm talking about. So that was I was in top on both of them. You know, that shows you both the machines were up and running. I didn't have any issues. At that point, we could go ahead and do Pi DNS or your next appliance from there. I hope y'all like this video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. We back. This is a new year. I'm going to have a lot more content for you guys. So just you know, if you enjoyed, leave a comment down below. You know, hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. I would really graciously appreciate that if y'all hit that thumbs up for me. Okay, so go ahead and drop me a comment below. That's all I got for you guys. So I appreciate it again. Once again, this is JC. I'm the host of Be With Television. You got any choice out there in the IT world, come to me. Let me deal with you. Let me fix you up, because I'm the one you want to be with. Holla at your boy. Peace.